So you have to think really carefully about the long division problems you're giving to kids when they're ready to do long division, because there's really 3 different kinds of long division problems that they're going to encounter and need to learn how to attack. The first one is where you have a really simple number like 242 divided by 2. And there, the 2, the 4, and the 2 are all multiples of 2. So you know that each place value will evenly break up into those 2 groups, and you won't have to do any regrouping. The other kind is if you have something like 352 divided by, or 342 divided by 2, where the 4 and the 2 would break evenly into two groups, but then you have these 3 hundreds, and 2 of the hundreds will break into the 2 groups, but you'll have a leftover 100 that you then need to change into tens in order to be able to continue to divide. And the other one you'll encounter is when you have something like maybe 355 divided by 5. And there, the 300s won't break up into 5 groups just because there aren't enough of them, and you need to trade them into tens in order to be able to kind of start the division at all. So we're going to start with a really, really basic one, which is where the kids have already learned how to do this dividing by multiples of 10, but now they're looking at a number that's not a multiple of 10 anymore. So they're comfortable with a number like 240 divided by 2, but now they're going to do 242 divided by 2. So the first thing we would have them do is draw that number, again thinking about expanded notation. So for 242, they've got 2 hundreds, 4 tens, and 2 ones. And that breaks up into an expanded notation, 2 hundreds, 4 tens, 2 ones. And we'd have these 2 groups set out. I mean, we kind of put these parts into those groups as we divide. So, I need to change this to a 2. Starting off here, oh no, these are all supposed to be 2's too. So, we have 242 divided by 2. And the first thing we start with is the 200s. And we talked about how it makes sense when you're sorting these things into 2 groups to start with the biggest value. So we're just going to get the hundreds out of the way first. So I start with the 2, and there's really 2 hundreds. And I'm dividing it up into 2 groups. So I would be able to take those 200s and put 100 inside each group. So I'm crossing out my 200s. I've just gotten rid of those. So 200s divided by, 200s divided into the 2 groups. I've got 100 in each group, and that's really 100. And the question we're asking ourselves is, okay, how many hundreds did I just put inside each group? I put 100 inside each group. Then when we're subtracting, we want to think about what have I gotten rid of? What was I able to cross out up here? And that was 100 times 2, or 200. And I'm going to take that away, just the same way I crossed it out in my picture, just because I want to see what I have left now. And I've got 42 left. So then I'm going to look at my tens. I'm shifting down to the next place value. And here I have 4 tens. And so I'm dividing my 4 tens now into the 2 groups. So I've got 2 tens inside each group. So again, I'm asking how many tens have I put inside each group? How many tens did I just get rid of? I put 2 tens, or 20, inside each group. So that means I got rid of a total of 20 times 2, or 40. So I'm subtracting that, and I've got 2. And up here in my picture, I would cross out my 4 tens. I just got rid of those. So now I'm left with my 2 ones, and I would say, okay, how many ones am I now going to put inside my 2 groups? I've got 1 1, or just 1, inside each group. 1 times 2 is 2, and I've got nothing left. I just got rid of my 2 ones with 1 1 inside each group. Then to look at it, at first we would look at our picture to figure out what our answer is, and I've got 100, 2 tens, and 1 1, 121. Then I asked kids if there was anywhere else where they could see that answer of 121. Eventually they picked up on the fact that the 121, their answer is right here. Because here we're just keeping a tally of what I've put inside each group, and I'm just multiplying that by 2 to see what my total was that I just got rid of. Show you another one?